Have you ever wondered why some people work 8 hours a day for 20 or even 30 years, and when you look at their lives, it feels like nothing has really changed? And other people who rarely seem to be working, but they are always traveling, always buying what they want, and always have money. The problem here is not about intelligence or luck, but the problem is in a lie that we all grew up with: study, get your diplomas, work hard, and then you'll relax. The truth is that this method will make you run and work hard your whole life without achieving any results. In this video, some of you won't agree with what I'm about to say, and that's okay. I get it. It's not easy to change beliefs you've carried your whole life, especially in just a few minutes. But here's what I promise you: what I'm about to say, whether it shocks you or you agree with it, is the kind of truth wealthy people and the companies you work for already know, and don't want you to discover. Focus and stay with me until the end of the video, because the information I'm going to tell you will wake you up. You don't sell a service, you sell your life. The employee thinks that the company pays him for the work he does, but the truth is that the company buys your time from you, and we can say it buys your life from you. That's why, no matter what you do and what skill you have, when you read your contract, you will find that the salary is related to working hours. And apart from the monthly salary, which is your monthly wage, you find them writing how much your hour is worth in money. Not including bonuses, and if you're in sales, commissions, your base salary is calculated on an hourly basis. That's why when you go to the company and sit with the big shots, you are negotiating with them for an hour of your life, for how much you will sell it to them. And let's not talk about the hours that you waste for free without getting paid for them, just to go to that job. You need 2 hours to get to and from work, 2 hours of lunch break where you usually do nothing, you eat lunch and sit watching your phone. You sell them 8 hours and waste 4, and all this for a salary that will not fulfill your dreams and will not build you wealth, and it's unlikely to even be enough for you to live a normal life. That's why, let's take someone earning around $700 a month. I didn't pick $300 or $400, I chose $700 because many of you would see that as a decent salary. But if you go out and see people who work with this salary, you will find that their lives are no different from yours, who is unlikely to be working. Because what he earns, you just find him spending it on that job. And at the beginning of every month, you find him waiting for the salary again to live the next month. We mentioned the salary, so we will talk about it. The monthly salary gives you a sense of security. The most dangerous thing about the salary, and what makes you addicted to it, is that it seems stable and gives you a false sense of security. Every month, the same amount of money comes in, and at the same time, this is what makes you a little comfortable. And you say, even if I run out of money this month and I don't have any left, I will borrow from someone, and at the end of the month, money will come in again, and I will pay him back. But what you don't know is that having only one source of income is the biggest risk you can take in your life. Because the day the company goes bankrupt or they fire you because they no longer need you, you will find yourself in trouble. I'm not blaming you because you are an employee, and I'm not telling you that the job is bad, but the job has never been the way that will make you well off one day. The system is designed to keep you average. Think with me, what did you learn from a young age? Be diligent and study well. Get good grades to succeed. Succeed to find a good job. And when you find that good job, show them so they can hire you and do your paperwork. Success was to finish your studies, find a job, and continue in it for the rest of your life. No one will ever come, for example, and tell you to learn buying and selling. Learn the rules of money and how to deal with it. Let's say you worked as an employee and you have a salary. How do you invest from that salary and start a project and grow your project so that one day you can leave that job that limits you and grow in your business? Of course, no one will teach you this because the system needs employees, and it has no use for someone who understands the game and will go out and compete with them. If everyone woke up and knew this and went out and started their own company, who would work for them and make their projects successful? The talk is harsh, but that's how it is. Let's take an example with call centers for buying and selling. They give you a simple salary and tell you that for every sale you bring, we will give you a bonus. Do you think that excellent employee they have who brings, let's say, 20 sales a day, someone from that company will come and tell him, "You are excellent at selling, you should go out and start your own project." Because they have no profit in him starting his own company, and what's good for them is that he stays working for them and brings them sales. But wait, there is a trap that many people fall into, even if they know all this information I just told you. He knows all this talk, but he doesn't have the money to start his project. He decides to work for a company, save money, and then go out and start a project. He joins the company for a year or two, finds that he doesn't work much, he has a salary coming in every month, he gets used to that rhythm. In the third or fourth year, his seniority increases a bit, his salary increases a bit, they might promote him. So here he has fallen into the trap. He starts saying, "Now I've been fixing this situation for 4 or 5 years, and all my affairs are in order, my papers, and everything I need. If I leave now and give up everything and want to start my project, I will take a risk, and it might not work out, and I'll lose everything." Unfortunately, the employee mentality has been ingrained in him, and it's very difficult to remove it from him afterward. Some people go through both worlds, years as employees, then years in entrepreneurship. And from their experience, they assure that if the employee mindset gets into your head and settles there, it becomes very difficult to get rid of it. You are no longer able to take risks, you are no longer able to spend money to make money, you become lazy. All the negatives of the job you bring with you to entrepreneurship, and it's difficult to succeed in it. That's why all the people who worked only 2 or 3 years to save money, and then go out and start their project, either you find that he hasn't left that job yet and worked his whole life in it because he's no longer able to take the risk. Or he goes out and starts the project with the employee mentality he now has, and he doesn't succeed in it and loses all his money and goes back to the job again. But there is always a solution. Get paid for value, not for time. For example, if you are an infographic designer or a video editor or something like that, instead of working in a company that will pay you $200 per hour or $6,000 per month and you stay working all day, I prefer that you find a company to freelance with and agree on a price for each project you will work on for them. A company that pays you a fixed monthly salary will give you the same income even if you design thousands of logos for them, the amount doesn't increase based on how much work you do. NCE ka concern lo freelancing, sai tu con koi un logo por environ $100, alor en realizan 10, tu gagnis $1,000. If you find clients and know how to work, and you design 1,000 logos in a month, you can earn a year's or 2 years' salary in 1 month. I will say it again, salary links your income to time, and this is the biggest mold that formats your brain and makes you never make money. People who have reached this point, I will try to clarify some points so that my words are not misunderstood. The video title, the thumbnail, the words I say, it's clear that I'm targeting people who don't want to be employees in the first place and have the ambition to make money and succeed in their lives one day. This means that I'm not telling all people not to be employees or that the job is bad or to go out and start your projects. It is necessary for things to go well and for the economy to go well that we have employees, we have craftsmen, we have entrepreneurs. Everyone has their role in this society, and no one is better than the other. And as a final point, I will say, it's never too late. There is always time to learn a new skill, start your project, do anything you want. But don't let that enthusiasm lie to you and make you stop what you are doing now, which brings you a source of income, and start something you don't know if it will succeed. Don't leave your job until you are earning the same amount of money or more in that new thing you are doing. Don't let those illusionary creators who tell you that a job is slavery and blah 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 to sell you something, convince you and make you leave your job that you are currently living from and start something unknown. And at the same time, try not to accept for yourself to remain limited in one job your whole life and never try to reach that life you dreamed of reaching. And if you've reached this far in the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell.